Day fucking 4. Okay, so day 4. I suspect that for many of you who are following this day by day, by day 4, you're probably feeling pretty confident that you're going to make it to day 7, simply because of the momentum that you have. And with that regard, I want to acknowledge you and celebrate you for getting to this point. Like I said in previous videos, if you've been through this journey before, then this really isn't anything new for you. I still want to acknowledge that you are demonstrating strength and commitment. And if going 7 days weed free is something that you're not used to, right? Then getting to day 4 is a monumental achievement for you. And I want you to feel and to know that it is monumental for you. It's really more equivalent to let's use diving as an example, right? Like diving into a pool. You know, you might be used to jumping in from just the edge of the pool, right? And maybe you're comfortable jumping off of like a really short platform, like a couple feet. But what you're not used to is jumping from 10 feet, 20 feet, right? 50 feet. And so what I'm saying here is that by getting to day 4, I know that there are certain challenges and inner challenges that you've had to overcome in order to get here. That could simply be, finding other ways to deal with stress. That could be saying no to your friends. In any case, you're demonstrating responsibility for this journey and for the outcome, right? So continue doing what you're doing because it's working. Now, I'm going to talk about 2 things for the rest of this video. The first thing being some challenges upcoming for you to anticipate, right? I want to prepare you for them. You might have gone through them already, but one of them is a conversation in your head that's going to be along the lines of, what's the big deal, right? There may come a moment where in your day you want to feel that experience of deep relaxation with a joint, or you just want to have fun, right? You're bored and you just want to have fun. And so the thoughts of smoking weed are going to start to creep into your mind, and you may experience a very, very strong craving, almost to the point where you might have a lack of clarity. Like you might have some brain fog with this, like it's kind of hazy, and the craving to smoke weed is kind of like this thing that's just kind of like around, and you're not feeling quite centered or grounded. And so these thoughts, this craving type sensation can be very challenging. And so just know that may or may not be coming. Now, in terms of what to do, if you haven't built the muscle of getting through those type of strong cravings, then great, this is an opportunity for you to grow massively, right? I would say the best thing that you can do is have 2 to 3 strategies in place to handle these moments. The number one thing that has always worked for me is to call someone that I can trust, who can kind of boost my state, meaning my emotional and mental state, out of that place of craving, right? Because when we're alone and we're just in craving, it's like being in it's like a dog that is barking at another dog, and it's so laser focused on barking at this dog that it can't even hear its owner, right? And the owner sometimes has to jerk the leash of the dog in order to get the dog's attention, right, away from the barking. And so in a similar way, you're going to want to find strategies that can help jerk your attention away from cravings, right? That's why cold showers is a very popular strategy. Another one is doing push-ups. Now, I would say underneath any strategy that you decide to choose, what there must be is a commitment to finding a solution. Because you can have all these strategies in place, right? Cold showers, push-ups, calling a friend, but none of those strategies will make a difference if you aren't committed to finding a solution, right? And I already know that the craving can be so strong sometimes that it feels more painful to say no than it feels more painful to be disciplined than it does to um go through getting stoned. And fair enough, right? And this is really what's happening, right, in this process, is you're training yourself. You're building yourself up in many ways. You're building up your sense of patience. You're building your sense of will. You're building that no muscle, right? That boundary no muscle. I kind of lost my train of thought here, but overall, you're doing a great job. Stay fully committed. Stay fully committed. And there might come a time where the cravings might be so strong that your sense of commitment is out the door. And I've been there. But as long as you find that 1% left commitment in you, right? As long as at the very least, it's better to be in conflict than to be pushed over, right? Because for many of you, for many of us, we've been a pushover to cravings. No sense of resistance, no sense of boundaries. And so it's much better to be in conflict. And in your state of conflict, what has always worked for me is to call someone who is not going through a craving, because they can provide a space for you to get out of it, really. And then a last piece of advice, my assumption and my experience is that what we're really craving is not necessarily marijuana. What we're craving is a sense of relief and a sense of release from whatever stress or emotion that we don't want to deal with, whether it's boredom, whether it's sadness, exhaustion, or whether we want to create an emotion that we don't know how to create otherwise, right? For many of us, celebrating through weed is the only way we know how to celebrate. And the issue is that weed can give such a big high that there's almost nothing else that can compare. And so your brain is left wanting, because it's like, nothing I do compares to getting stoned. And it's like, I gotta have it, gotta have it, right? And so yeah, day 4, good job. Stay focused. Don't take your foot off the gas just yet. We're almost there. And in the remaining videos, we're going to begin to talk about a vision you can create for when the 7-day experience is over. Because my assumption is you didn't just want to take a break. Many of you also want to recreate a new relationship to marijuana. You don't want to go back to using every day for various reasons. And so we're going to talk about that in the upcoming videos. But I'm proud of you all. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.